The 15 best places to visit in Italy, from Venice to the Cinque Terre. Home to some of the greatest artworks, historical monuments and food on the planet, and with the kind of varied landscapes that you often have to cross continents to see, Italy elates, inspires and moves its visitors like few other countries. From its art and architecture-stuffed cities to its astonishing diversity of natural landscapes, dramatic coastlines, serene lakes, pristine mountains, and those famous rolling hills, picking just a handful of destinations to visit in this wonderful country is no easy task. So how do you decide where to go? It all depends on what you're looking for in your Italian odyssey, whether that's history, art, beaches, hiking or even food. No matter your passion, our list of 15 must-see places in Italy should be your starting point. 1. Rome. Best for history. Once Caput Mundi, capital of the world, Rome was legendarily spawned by a wolf-suckled boy, developed into a vast empire, rooted itself as the home of the Catholic Church, and is now the repository of more than 2 millennia of art and architecture. Rome should definitely be the centerpiece of your trip if you're going to Italy for the first time, but there's simply too much to see in one visit, from the Pantheon and the Colosseum to Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel and countless works by Caravaggio. So do as countless others have done before you, toss a coin into the Trevi Fountain and promise to return. Planning tip: there's an overwhelming amount to see here, and with limited public transport in the city center, your choice of hotel can be crucial. Map out the sites you're most interested in before you book. If you want to be at the Vatican at opening time, for example, don't stay near the Colosseum. Read more: Italians reveal their under-the-radar vacation spots in Italy. 2. Tuscany. Best for a Renaissance fix. From Botticelli's Venus, emerging coyly from the water in the Uffizi Gallery, to the mind-boggling dome of its cathedral, Florence is a feast for the eyes. This was, of course, the seat of the Renaissance, and there are knockout names at every turn: Michelangelo in the Accademia, Donatello in the Bargello, Leonardo and Raphael in the Uffizi. Further afield in Tuscany, Italy's most romanticized region, is an undulating landscape of sinuous cypress trees, olive groves and coveted regional treasures. Glory in the Gothic majesty of Siena and the Manhattan-esque skyline of medieval San Gimignano, before exploring the vineyards of Italy's most famous wine region, Chianti, and the rolling, cypress-studded hills of the Val d'Orcia. Planning tip: you're best off without a car if you're sticking to major towns and cities, since Tuscany has a good rail network. But if you want to explore the countryside, you'll definitely need a car. 3. The Dolomites. Best for dramatic mountains. Scour the globe, and you'll find plenty of taller, bigger and more geologically volatile mountains, but few can match the romance of the pink-hued granite Dolomites. Maybe it's their harsh, jagged summits, the vibrant skirts of spring wildflowers, or the rich cache of Latin legends. Then again, it could just be the magnetic draw of money, style and glamour at Italy's most fabled ski resort, Cortina d'Ampezzo, or the linguistic curiosity of picture postcard mountain village Sappada. Whatever the reason, this tiny pocket of northern Italy takes seductiveness to dizzying heights. 4. Amalfi Coast. Best for classic beauty. Italy's most celebrated coastline is a gripping strip. Coastal mountains plunge into the piercing blue sea in a prime-time vertical scene of precipitous crags, sun-bleached villages and cliffs rearing up behind. Between sea and sky, mountaintop hiking trails deliver Tyrrhenian panoramas fit for a god. While some may argue that the peninsula's most beautiful coast is Liguria's Cinque Terre or Calabria's Costa Viola, it is the Amalfi Coast that has seduced and inspired countless greats, from Tennessee Williams and D.H. Lawrence to Elizabeth Taylor, Virginia Woolf, and Jackie Kennedy. Of course, its staggeringly romantic looks also make it one of the best places in Italy for couples. Planning tip: yes, driving along the Amalfi Coast is one of the world's most famous road trips, but often it feels like everyone else on the planet has the same idea as you. Traffic can be nose to tail, and parking is effectively non-existent. Instead, take the ferry between towns or travel by public transport. 5. Pompeii. Best for stepping back in time. Frozen in its death throes, the time-warped ruins of Pompeii hurtle you 2,000 years into the past. Wander through chariot-grooved Roman streets, lavishly frescoed villas and bathhouses, food stores and markets, theaters, and even an ancient brothel. Then, in the eerie stillness, your eye on ominous Mount Vesuvius, ponder Pliny the Younger's terrifying account of the town's final hours. Darkness came on again ashes, thick and heavy. We got up repeatedly to shake these off, otherwise, we would have been buried and crushed by the weight. Planning tip: if you have time, the other major city destroyed by the eruption, Herculaneum, is also worth a visit. Much smaller than Pompeii, its buildings are better preserved, and the location, surrounded by its modern descendant, Eccelano, makes the site even more piquant. Like Pompeii, it's easily reached on the Circumvesuviana train. 6. Emilia-Romagna. Best for foodies. In a region as overwhelmingly foodie as Emilia-Romagna, it's only natural that its capital, Bologna, is dubbed La Grassa, the Fat One. Many belt-busting Italian classics hail from here, including mortadella, tortellini and tagliatelle al ragù. Shop in the deli-packed Quadrilatero district, home to food stalls since medieval times, then hop on the train for an afternoon in Modena for world-famous aged balsamic vinegar. Leave room for Parma, hometown of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese and the incomparable prosciutto di Parma. Wherever you plunge your fork, toast with a glass or three of Emilia-Romagna's renowned Lambrusco, a world away from the sickly sweet wine that was exported in the past. 7. Lago di Como. Best for a slice of luxury. If it's good enough for the Cloanis and vacationing Obamas, it's good enough for mere mortals. Nestled in the shadow of the Rhaetian Alps, dazzling Lago di Como is Lombardy's most spectacular lake. Its lavish Liberty-style villas are home to movie moguls, fashion royalty, and literal royalty, while the lake's siren calls include gardens at Villas Mulsidero, Carlotta, and Balbianello that blush pink with camellias, azaleas and rhododendrons in April and May.